So the main topic is asexual reproduction, where you have the essential question. You're going to write down the key concept. Many organisms reproduce by cell division. All right, so there are two main types of reproduction that most organisms on the planet take part in. One of them is sexual reproduction, which requires two parents, and each parents contribute some type of genetic information. Well, both have their benefits, okay? Asexual reproduction is when one parent contributes all the genes, and that also has its benefits as well, and downsides also. So the way that bacteria reproduce, the main way is called binary fission. Simply copying the genetic information, duplicating its DNA, and dividing. There is no copying of organelles. There are no intricate processes that happen in eukaryotic cells, and it just splits. Simple process. As I mentioned on the previous slide, there's advantages and disadvantages to both of these types of reproduction. The environment, okay, where the organisms live determines whether it's beneficial or not to do sexual versus asexual reproduction. If the organism lives in an environment that is constantly changing, that they're going to be faced with predators and viruses and things like that, then it's more beneficial to have a complement of genes from mom and a complement of genes from dad coming together, because that increases diversity. That adds a diverse gene pool, as opposed to being in an environment where it doesn't change. The environment doesn't change, it stays the same, it's going to be constant, then that's when asexual reproduction is favored. Okay, so one, in a changing environment, you want diversity. You want genes to be multifaceted. You don't want to all be the same. That's not an importance in an environment where things don't change. Okay, so that's when asexual reproduction benefits. All right, this is a eukaryotic organism. It belongs to the kingdom Protista. It's a hydra, and it's not this big. This is just blown up, magnified. And how hydra are able to reproduce is that a piece of that organism can grow off of another. So you can have one organism becoming a new organism by growing off of it. And this is called budding. And the same thing can happen with yeast. Okay, so fragmentation, which is the next thing we're going to go over, is very similar to this. But when budding forms a new organism from a small projection, comes off across the new organism. Okay. Now, fragmentation, similar concept, except for what's happening is that the parent is splitting to pieces, and each piece can grow into a new organism. So again, these are different types of asexual reproduction. Didn't require another partner, just one organism becoming a new organism. Many of you guys probably have seen this happen. If you've ever seen potatoes left somewhere in your kitchen or something like that for an extended period of time, you might have seen, or you might have done this in elementary school, where you've put some kind of plant or a potato in water and see the roots sprout off of it. Well, that's called vegetative reproduction. Okay, so a new plant can form off of an existing one, a modification of a stem.